Welcome back. Let's head to Act 3. Before we get there, we'll get a little cutscene and then we'll have a ambush by some Gith Yankee.
An army passed through here.
The curse has been lifted.
We did lift the curse on the lands, and I think that Halsin will continue traveling with us even though everyone at Last Light died.
Your courage has been...
And through the power of editing, we're here.
Most excellent.
Let's take a rundown. We'll want to get our group prepped for an ambush. I think we'll swap out Asterion for Minthara for this combat. Though he does want to talk to us, and we're trying our best to catch up with him.
A little discourse.
The gate is closed. Cazador and his a grand ceremony to honor to place him in a position of such esteem.
We're going to be supportive of Asterion. We think it's a great idea if he wants to ascend.
Then you've been thinking, if the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place. Before his... Let's find out more about the ritual before... If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finely positioned. My, you sweetheart. If we don't find my brethren, we should get to them first. Unless Cazadors change their orders, they'll be...
This is another example of Asterion being cartoonishly evil.
You wish to consult me? There's no space for me. Then let us go forth.
We've got to level up Minthara a little bit. Let's take a look and see if there's any equipment that we would necessarily want to have from Asterion here. Maybe the boots of Stormy Clamor. And Ring of Free Action is pretty good. I think we're okay without the Titan String Bow. Yeah, this looks still okay. We're not really going to do cold damage. We probably should move these consumables to Gale, though. We could also use the Unseen Menace. It is a really strong weapon for paladins. Alright, so we're going to level up Minthara. Here we're getting level 7 Bard. We'll take Dimension Door. We got another level where we're going to pick a 4th level spell, so we'll be able to pick up Freedom of Movement then. We could replace the spell. I think we're okay with what we've got. Pick up Greater Invisibility or Freedom of Movement. Both have their place. Greater Invisibility would allow us to attack with advantage, which is good, but it's a percentage on whether or not you'll be revealed, I think. So for here, we are a dex-based paladin who is mostly bard, so I think we're best off with sharpshooter. This gives us a strong ranged option. We're basically as good with bows as Shadowheart is at this point in time, so we might as well use the same kind of hand crossbow technique that she's using. We can then appropriately switch. If we're in anywhere close to where we can use melee weapons, we will, because we'll do a lot more damage with them. But we actually do have smites that will work at range, maybe. So certainly if we took more levels of paladin, I think you get the first one at 2nd level spells. Let's take a look at her equipment. I think for a helm we'll pick Arcane Acuity, so if we do damage with weapon attack we can then get better defense or better DC on our spells. For our cloak, we're going to take the acid damage cloak. We've got an acid damage ring, and I think we'll go with the Surgeon Subjugation Amulet for our neck. I think we've got gloves that do some kind of acid effect. Yeah, no, that's poison. So restoration. Icarus gloves, here we go. So when we deal acid damage, we'll put out noxious fumes. Take a look at those. They do more acid damage, but only for hostile creatures, it says. So we'll see about that. I think we're still okay with the adamantine armor, which is going to prevent critical hits. See, when we're hit by a foe, they might take fire damage. That's kind of funny. So we could punish those for trying to attack us. Do maybe the same thing with the Moon Devotion Robe. This is effectively AC 13 to start with. And we would add all of our decks. Still less than heavy armor is giving us. See, with Reaper's Embrace we get a little bit more. We get Howl of the Dead as a cantrip. So it's a bonus action that does numb, which will have move and speed, and the spellcaster has advantage on attack rolls. That's not bad. So we could... That's a wisdom save. So maybe. I think we'll take no crits for now. For weapons, I think we'll go with Falara Luve. Maybe we'll actually use the melody function on it. Probably not. And the Sword of Life Stealing. So if we're looking for critical hits, Sword of Life Stealing is a big one for that. And I don't think we have any other weapons that are really particularly amazing on a crit. If we attack with advantage, we could blind for more advantage. See, Kethric's Warhammer does a little bit of extra psychic damage. Ritual Dagger of Shard does a little extra necrotic damage. So maybe we'll use the Warhammer. So a D10, yeah, we use the Warhammer. We'll need a Potion of Strength to make this one work, though. This will work off of our dexterity. Alright, so I think that we're okay on that. Let's take a look and see who has access to Misty Step. Gale's got it. Karlak might just be able to dash there. She's got so much movement.
I'm ready.
Shadowheart. We gave her some additional movement. I don't know that we're going to need the element of the branding. Do we still have the Misty Step amulet? Is Astarion wearing it? He is. Let's put that on Shadowheart. Our goal is to make it to the portal, so we'll try to kill the Gith that are coming in before we go. We'll see how that goes. But we want to make sure that we can get there for sure. And we could give her... Let's see. Not being moved against our will is maybe a thing here too. We can get knocked off the platform. I think we'll just chance it. All right.
I'm sure. We'll venture forth.
So we'll select go to bed, and we'll get a bit of a cutscene.
But the Absolute is not a god, but an all who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by this would have been your fate.
Here the narrator is sort of talking about all the things the Emperor has done for us before we meet him, so that we're more likely to not side against him.
You have the power to thwart the dead three. But do you remain alive? And what of the true souls? Will you liberate them from their parasites and religious
The origin
delusions?
characters, right, have different
Will you
things.
use the
We're going to say we're going to
power?
learn the secrets of the crown.
Blood swim. You will not have long, but sleep is not.
So we're
Under attack.
close,
Help me.
and our Dream Guardian says, we've got to go. We've got this debuff for voice commanding. We start taking psychic damage every round. We're also picking up penalties to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And it says we need to escape to the portal before the Absolute takes control. We have 3 rounds. This one's going to get to go. So we could choose to just run past the encounter, or we could try to deal with them. This initiative order basically is the 3 of them get to beat on us before we move. So not loving that. I think we're just going to skip the encounter.
Better give this a try.
That thing's about to blow.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
So we need to get to here. There are 2 monks here and another one back over here. If we want, we can just intervene right now, or we can wait.
Oh, damn you.
These things are not a lot of assistance in this fight, but some. We can full out attack on every one of the encounters. We will rest before we get anywhere else again.
I speak, they burn.
See, we've got a Pearl of Power, so we can commit to that. She got knocked down from the reverberation.
My turn. Need to learn the hard way. I thirst for combat.
And we have just picked up that was the wrong one. We want Slashing Flourish.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
We're going to buff before we head in there.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Alright, so
Hurry.
no
I
Long
can't hold them
Strider.
back alone.
There we go. So both Minthara
Now.
and Karlak will benefit from Giant Strength. We don't need to go over the top though, so we'll hold on to our Cloud Giant Strength for the next act.
Attention. Who's next?
My faith will guide me.
So for Shadowheart, we're going to throw up Shar's Aegis.
In your name.
The skull. Come to the skull.
I think we're okay for Minthara. Karlach doesn't need to buff any further. I think Shadowheart is okay. We could do a short rest just for Gale out of doing the right thing. We'll go ahead and restore the spell slot that we used. Probably will not be needed, but put our amulet back on.
Very well.
There's a lot of good loot here, so we might come back and pick it up. So let's take a look and see what the Gith has.
Please, help me.
And we're going to get lots of Dream Guardian begging. Definitely we need to get there, but we can take our time a little bit. We do not need a potion of animal speaking.
I can't hold them off much longer.
Like to get onto this other platform.
As you wish.
Pick up this Divine Bone Shard.
Figures we saw were Gith yanking there. Barely recognizable.
Hurry. I can't hold them back alone.
There are some inscribed slates. Mostly Prince of the Comet type stuff.
It's not over.
I'm going to jump down
Come
onto
to the
this
skull.
ledge and then we'll come up. She's already finished everything. So we'll just have Shadowheart walk up and shoot her.
It's not over.
And again,
Come to the skull.
we'll just attack all out.
Creator. Destroyer.
We'll save our Luck of the Far Realms for the Gith boss. Huge amount of overkill on that. Does not matter.
Immediately.
Alright, we'll get our level 5 slot back. Looks like spell slot restoration is already used. So maybe they share the same. Let's say that both the pearl and the amulet used to work together. I don't know. We can live without the extra slot. So we'll jump down. And we want to make sure that we've got everybody down here before we head further in. And we'll get a cutscene. Prince of the Comet. Here is the Emperor.
We're in danger. The Gith Yankee is the source of our protection. Don't let my fall deceive you. Help me.
So we'll ask for proof. I think that that's what Gale would do.
You killed the Asima Night Soul. You didn't have to. You let me live. Last time you were here. Your continued now. Help me.
We'll ask how we help,
God. Destroy. Do it. Now.
and then we'll go ahead and lend him our aid. Alright, so let's take a look at what we've got. this one right here, the most dangerous one, gets to go first. We could try to sleep it. We could try to throw it. The Shadow Heart is not strong enough. We have some high-level spells we could try to toss out to occupy it. I should have taken a rest, I suppose. We can see if we can push it back. We might be able to throw her off the edge. Is this chasm, do we think? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, maybe we can just knock her in. We're just getting a no. Maybe we can shove her in, maybe? We're not going to be able to do 176 points of damage. We could try Hypnotic Pattern. Our DC is not super high. We'll try a shove and see if that works. Oh, not nearly far enough. We'll see what she's going to do. I don't think they cast spells very much, so that's probably the best reaction that Gale's got. Oh, it's wasting its turn attacking the Intellect Devourers. Never mind. So, not the play it would have needed. Try that again. Does not want to sit down. We'll try to stun the prelate. And that worked.
My victims await.
We will have Gale step a little bit out of the way to save some movement.
A bold maneuver.
And we'll turn that off. Let's take an attack. Divine Smite 5. Did not really do much. Try it again. 4 and 3. Should have gone for 4. Look at that, 1 hit point. She'll take the acid damage from the fumes, I think.
Fools these mortals be.
Alright, so we'll bring Gale over. Can we get a shot on... Let's see, this one's got 88, and the other one's got 88, so... And then we will quicken on the other one. Not quite enough. Maybe the Emperor will take care of him. We'll see.
Destroy the honor.
That was a lot of overkill.
Thank you. That was. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
Okay, let's get a name this time.
You may call me the Emperor.
And then we get
Adventurer.
his
I
backstory.
came from that longing brought me to Moonrise. For years, I served. I sustained myself on criminal. I had the good. People referred to me. My needs was. He tore me from my hope.
So he was betrayed by Gortash and just happened upon this.
To remind me of the heights from which I fell. Gortash sent me on a how Gortash. The moment and found the Gith, I realized while my body was within the prison, all I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki and find out. We fought to tame Prince Orpheus. His power has been the source of it. It is the same power that enabled all. When Orpheus's mother left, Blackheath wanted his power. Bound by infernal chain, they were close to breaking my. I am relieved. You have embraced your alone. Orpheus will be much easier to control. That would be it. The moment he is free, he will attack.
Even though he is subdued.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy.
I think Gale says, you know, you seem like a cool guy.
I appreciate that. My original body was when I first escaped the Elder. I realized that any advantage I could gain by restoring my original. As an Elithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Pleased to hear that. I've been studying you for a while now. The transformation will not be complete. Would you like to do it? Would you like to?
Well, certainly brave of you. I'll say that much.
You continue. Your mind is truly something.
I think Gale would really appreciate that compliment. Well played.
Hold out your hand. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune.
A coldness seeps through the tadpole's essence, courses through you. You feel different.
You are exquisite. But we mustn't lose focus. You heard the chosen. The brain is. We must not let them reach it.
Alright, so that'll work, and then we will make sure that we...
This character does not wish to consume tadpoles.
Hey, good looking.
This character does not wish to consume tadpoles.
We'll try it on everybody. Minthara is just going to work, I think.
Does not wish to consume tadpoles.
We may have to talk to each of them. Let's take a look at what we've got. Another Divine Bone Shard, we'll grab that. Healing Potion.
With haste. Very well.
Some more potions, and a scroll that we might use. definitely going to loot the prelate here. We've got some boots that deal additional damage equal to their wisdom modifier with unarmed strikes. Let's go ahead and put those on Karlach right now.
Soldier?
I don't think that these other guys have anything, but we'll double check. And then we'll head back.
Color me curious.
Looks like Jaheira and Halson were busy while we were out. They killed everybody in camp.
May it please mistrust.
And let's go ahead and try to persuade everybody to go with the new tadpole.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact. The more I learn, the less I understand. Lady Shah has given me a new mission. And she will be in for a rude... But I digress. Did you want something? The powers we already received have proved useful. Do you know what this entails? Well, of course you do. But I don't want that for myself.
So we're adding quite a lot to this check. I think we'll be able to do it.
Fine.
So she's going to pull out of it. There we go.
Don't be afraid.
Don't eat the tadpole. Just open your mind to it.
Coldness seeps the tadpole's essence, courses through you. Where it touch you feel different.
Perhaps. Once the other...
Let's explore.
And we're getting some tadpole powers refunded. Actually, I think...
Bits and blades, always sharp.
Do we have... You're not... Maybe we'll have to go talk to Asterion first. Or did we take it with Minthara? We're looking for enhance ability. I'm not finding it.
You have my attention.
Are we a cleric? We are a cleric, yes. Okay. So we'll swap out Warding Bond for enhance ability.
I'll go this way.
And we'll enlist Shadowheart in trying to help us convince everybody else by giving us Eagle Splendor.
Salutations.
Let's talk to Karlach.
What's on your mind?
Tadpoles. In our mind, really.
I guess the vanilla-flavored tadpole has given us some enjoyable new tricks. But going half mind flayer... Then again, you can pull it off better than most.
Let's do this.
You've got to be kidding. You really want me to become a partial illithid? Wasn't a decade in Avernus punishment enough?
This is about being really free. Glad that we cast.
Oh, I'm that easy to manipulate, am I?
Life, pulse, it wants to share it.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
A coldness, the tadpole's essence courses through you. Where you feel different.
Perhaps. What?
All right. Minthara, I think we'll just go with it. She seems like the kind that would.
You wish to consult me? We will need every advantage to... If this superior tadpole is... Its influence on you is plain to see. You Ah, sublime.
Interesting. It must be some sort of thing.
I will be unstoppable.
She just goes with it.
Life, pulse, it wants to ship.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
Coldness to Tadpole's essence. You feel different.
Perhaps.
And we've got one friend left that's capable of consuming tadpoles. Where is Asterion? Oh, wait, I think only our group is here in camp right now. We'll have to wait until the morning. Yeah, they must be dealing with, maybe going out to party after killing these monks. And we'll talk to Shadowheart. I bet she wants to talk about her haircut.
Notice anything new? This hairstyle is closer to Lady Shah's own image. I did it to honor her. What do you think?
I love this journey for you. Good job.
Good. I did this for Lady Shah. For myself. But
Yeah, the appropriate way to celebrate all of your friends being consumed in some sort of shadow explosion is to get a haircut and a new style.
So, at least my lack of tentacles. I'm not sure what's next for you.
Let's see, we want to convince him to do this, and I bet we are shy of our charisma bonus, so let's just make sure that we can do it.
on I go.
Oh, that's the hireling we've got. Like, who on earth is in our camp?
Let's see.
Alright, Gale. Get persuasive. And we'll put on our guidance amulet. Really haven't used that much this time around.
Hello, my dear. Don't look at me like that. The answer is no. No.
He's not super excited. Let's ask him why.
I remember how it hurt. I don't want to turn into anything else.
What's a little
It
pain?
isn't about the pain, it's about... If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that... I am not. I just don't want to lose my... God's given good looks. Really. Wouldn't that be a crime?
Yeah, the illithid powers are the only reason that you can stand up to him.
I'm really not sure.
We are absolutely sure. It was a terrible roll, but we did it.
Damn it. Damn you. All right.
And we might have to add him to the party to deal with this.
My favorite traveling can perhaps if you lost a follower. Excellent. Keep your distance, darling.
Life, it wants to shed.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
Coldness to Tadpole's that you feel.
Perhaps.
Alright, so that is it for everybody. Now we've all got flight. And a whole bunch of new tadpole power points that we can use. Several of them were refunded. Let's take a look at that. And maybe the next video we'll head out of town for right now. So we get a little bit of instruction on what we're going to do. This is where we're going to end the video. So here's our group coming into Act 3. A little bit more Mind Flayer, and some mistakes have been made. As always, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.